Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Kimberly Olson, licensed clinical psychologist, but I'm coming to you today as a grandma. So we've got a lot of really interesting stuff happening politically right now, and I tend to stay away from that stuff, but I saw something on Facebook that really stood out to me that I want to address. There was a post saying something like, I don't know about you, but I don't want my grandchildren to have Taylor Swift as a role model. I would have taken that better had it not come right after her endorsement of Harris. So clearly it was loaded. And this is coming from people who, by the way, don't tend to be Taylor Swift fans, probably have no idea uh, the example that she does bring, good or bad or indifferent, but just that she's not Team Trump. So therefore, it's okay to attack her character. And that's a problem for me. I will share with you that I only got into Taylor Swift because my granddaughter was into Taylor Swift. And when you have somebody that you love and you want to share part of their lives, sometimes you do that. Sometimes you pause and put aside, your preconceived notions. I was certainly raised in the era of rock and roll. And so I couldn't have given you a bigger eye roll when I initially thought of Taylor Swift because I thought of Tiffany and Debbie Gibson and the teens in our generation that were heavily produced as opposed to Taylor Swift, who writes her own stuff. So I had a really big myth and misconception. So in the process of becoming a grandma Swifty for my granddaughter, I came to really love her music. And then I had the privilege of going to Wembley Stadium in England and getting to see her live with my grandbaby. And I want to share with you guys that are going after her character what you don't know. What I saw that day was 90,000 people, a great percentage of them little girls with their moms or their grandmas, and all dressed up and dancing and having fun and exchanging friendship bracelets, just enjoying being a little girl, enjoying being at a show, enjoying dancing. And what I'll share with you is that I saw absolutely nothing objectionable in her performance. In fact, it was lovely. So if you're going to comment about somebody being a role model or not, let's make sure at least you have an idea of what it is that they represent and their character. That's always a good place to start. Now, I'm wondering if we can't separate our political beliefs and our treatment of people. Now, I will share with you that Kid Rock, John Voight, Ted Nugent have all come out openly to endorse Trump. And I don't see the same kind of backlash. I wonder why that is. Give it some thought. Because I'll share with you that I don't stop liking anyone's music or their performance or their entertainment because of their political affiliation. I think that is about as deep as a rain gutter, and it's inappropriate and unnecessary. And more importantly, especially in the case of Taylor Swift, is degrading to the feelings of young people who find her to be a hero. Wouldn't it be the most American thing possible to be able to allow someone to endorse whoever they want without having to go after them? Because the truth is, if you vote based on what a celebrity has said, that is an indication of something about you. But in America, everybody gets an opinion. Okay? Taylor Swift gets an opinion. I get an opinion. Donald Trump gets an opinion. Everybody gets an opinion. But we can still celebrate and enjoy each other's company, or at least we used to be able to do that. And so when you're taking pot shots at Taylor Swift, because you're mad at her, because she is voting in opposition to you. Please remember that she probably could care less, but the people it would hurt might be your babies and grandbabies. And to suggest that someone is not a role model because they don't vote your way says more about you than it ever will about Taylor Swift. Lastly, one of the things I think we forget online, and I can really see it based on how we talk to each other and treat each other, is that celebrities are human beings too. And the degrading, demeaning, and cruel things that get said about people. I mean, I'm sure she's tougher than I am by a long shot, but you still feel it, even if you're tough. And so if you're a person, especially if you're a person who subscribes to some sort of spirituality or Christianity, is slander, defamation, and character assassination something that you want to do as a Christian? It's about walking the walk, not talking the talk, right? And you're allowed to cringe, especially if you think people are so limited that they're actually going to vote for a candidate based on uh, them being a musician or a movie star or whatever. Yeah, I can see why that would be cringeworthy to you. But again, that's more of a reflection of the person and not about the person doing the endorsing. So give it some thought. I think that we can do this differently. Maybe not, but a lot of times, to be candid, as I'm reading comments and things, people don't really listen to each other's messages, especially if they sense that they're on the other team, right? And so their reactions don't even make sense within the context. It's kind of like rage looking for a place. Okay. And yet I think we might be able to be a little more reflective than that, and a better role model and example for our children by showing tolerance, tolerance of people who hold a different opinion than you, acceptance that freedom of speech is an American way of life, and then finally, that we can disagree and still be friends. At least that's my thoughts on it. Thank you.